I have been on their cover like 14 or 15 times. I think we have the all-time record in the history of Time magazine.
The audience was the biggest ever, but this crowd was massive. Look how far back it goes. This crowd was massive. I guess it was the biggest electoral college win since Ronald Reagan.
From the trivial to the important, those are just some of the lies that...
In the year 2018, we live in the post-truth era. We've been introduced to new phrases like fake news and misinformation. As our sources of information and news become more diverse, they also become less regulated and thus less reliable. Children are exposed to these news sources at younger and younger ages due to unprecedented access to technology. Therefore, it is our duty as teachers to provide our students with the tools and experiences which allow them to be savvy consumers of news and to be able to critically navigate through the bombardment of information which we encounter every single day. The following lesson idea is a composition of activities which will work on your students' critical thinking and visual literacy skills. The first activity is called I think so, I don't think so. The class is broken up into groups of 4 or 5 students. Each group is given a statement. The students go around the circle alternating their responses to either agree or disagree with the statement and providing a reason. This forces them to analyze the idea objectively, thinking about both sides of the argument and disregarding their own perspective. For example, a group statement is, homework is important. The first student says, I think so. It allows us to revise our work. The next student says, I don't think so. Time for extracurricular activities are more important. Then the third person must say, I think so, and so on. The next activity involves the analysis of newspaper articles. Students stay in their groups and are each given a newspaper cover and corresponding article about a recent election. Students use a template to analyze the sources called Omkapur. This template is also extremely effective when looking at historical sources. Omkapur stands for O. Origin. When was the article created and who created it? M. Motive. Why was it created and what is the intention of it? C. Content. What is the article saying? What is in the picture and what is the purpose of the picture? A. Audience. Who is the intended viewer of this article? P. Perspective. What opinions or beliefs are evident? U. Usefulness. Has the article given the reader any useful insight? And R. Reliability. Is this article a reliable source of information? This activity is a perfect opportunity to work on a student's visual literacy skills, as it is a real-life example of illustrations and photos having a definitive purpose. The activity should be followed by a class discussion about the role of the news in today's society. Critical Literacy by Glenn Devoid and Maureen McLaughlin is a perfect guide to assist a teacher wanting to impart critical literacy skills upon their students. This book is a guide for teaching students to make connections between themselves, the social context, and the author and the text itself. It focuses on the importance of the author's perspective, the text's intention, and how they both influence us as the reader. These concepts directly complement the purpose of this lesson and provide the ideal guide for any teacher intending to mentor their students in being critical consumers of information and text.